Welcome to Good News BNSSG. I'm Holly Hardy, GP at Hallfield Health Centre and Clinical Lead of the Bristol, North Somerset and South Gloucestershire Training Hub. We're here to showcase all that's great in general practice, and today I'm at a continuity of care event where we're looking at how to bring continuity into your practice and some top tips. And now over to Molly, who's going to introduce the day.
So today is all about continuity of care. So continuity of care is defined as a GP seeing the same patient over time. It's one of those things that's quite hard to put your finger on what continuity is, quite hard to feel until you get it. And as a trainee, often it's hard to get continuity because you're moving around multiple practices and often don't have your patient lists. So today we're joined by a range of GP registrars, GPs, early, mid and late career GPs. And we've got 4 different GPs speaking about their experience of continuity of care in their practice.
I've actually experienced continuity of care for over 20 years and it's been part of my normal experience of general practice. So it isn't something that I've come to recently. I think my interest in trying to make it happen elsewhere in the country comes from in my involvement submitting evidence to the Health Select Committee on the future of general practice. Only about 10% of practices have personal lists at the moment and prioritise continuity of care, and I think there's a lot of evidence now that it's very good for patients.
The latest evidence shows that there is a dose-dependent relationship, i.e. the longer you have good continuity with your main doctor, the better your clinical outcomes. You're more likely to follow doctor's instructions, you're more likely to take healthier choices such as take up of vaccines, to have better care for chronic conditions, less likely to be admitted to hospital, to attend emergency departments, and lower rates of mortality.
For clinicians, there's also impacts and benefits of continuity of care. So clinicians have greater satisfaction in their job and also increased efficiency in their workload.
I pretty much know every single name on that list and I can see whether that test was what I was expecting or a little bit different. If I get a letter from a hospital doctor, I know really everything about why I'm getting that letter and I will be able to process that without actually looking in the record. So it's an incredibly efficient way of working.
In a way, we've lost what we used to do without even really thinking about it. But as the struggles and challenges at the wider healthcare system have become bigger and as practices have become bigger, it's been harder to maintain.
The narrative for a long time has been about increasing access and getting patients to see doctors, any doctors, as soon as possible. I think that narrative is changing and I hope that with the new government there's some increasing priority towards continuity of care.
What I've seen today is that there are lots and lots of people, particularly even newer GPs who weren't trained about continuity. They haven't had it, but have instinctively recognised the value of better continuity care. And there's real enthusiasm in this room.
Nice to see so many people enthusiastic about continuity of care. I think it's been interesting to hear about the conflict and the challenge between, still delivering good access and managing increasing patient demand whilst delivering good continuity. But a lot of the evidence in the room is showing that the two actually complement each other rather than go against each other. So I think I'm feeling really pleased to see that actually continuity can improve things like access for patients.
It's been fantastic to hear all the stories of how to bring continuity into your practice and to realise that there's a version that will work for all of us. If you'd like to know more, check the description box. And as you can see, fantastic things are happening in BNSSG.